So next up to give a little bit of information about what they do to us is Emer O'Kane and Carole Wardlaw, and they've been involved with Dundalk FM since 2019 when Emer encouraged Carole to sign up for the Learn About Radio course that she had just completed. Now, it didn't take musician Emer and music, literature, film and theatre loving Carole long to come up with a proposal for a programme where they could explore further their collective passions, and the Art Zone programme was born. Originally, it was a monthly pre-record, and the show now broadcasts live at midday on the second and fourth Saturday of the month and features interviews, book, film and theatre reviews and comprehensive coverage of everything that's happening in the local and national art sphere. Can you welcome Emer and Carole?
My name is Carole Wardlaw, and I have the absolute privilege of doing the Art Zone show on the second and fourth Saturday of the month, along with Emer O'Kane, who is shy of talking up here, but she's not shy in reality at all. So as Colette said, Emer did the Learn About Radio course in 2019, and she was coming back and telling me about this and said how fantastic it was. And so it took me, with absolutely no persuasion whatsoever, to go and do the next course myself. And I completely loved it. I learned so much. And very soon after, I think on the very day the course was finishing, I grabbed hold of Marissa and I said, we have a proposal for a show. And that was how the Art Zone was born. The proposal went in, it was accepted, and as Colette said, we started doing a monthly show. Then lockdown happened very quickly then, and that was hilarious because we had to learn to record at home in the box room with the duvet over your head. And probably the person we were interviewing had the duvet over their head as well. And we were over the phone, and I have a way of doing this, and Emer can't quite believe that I do this, but it's true. And I still, when I do a pre-record, I sit with my back against the radiator in the box room. I have my two knees up, and on this one I have my phone, and on this one I have the Zoom recorder. And if you're recording anything at home, you know the Zoom picks up everything, so you cannot move. Nothing. You have to be stock still while you're chatting on the phone, and it's absolutely hilarious. But it's great, and part of the fun of doing that during lockdown was that everybody was in the same boat, and we were able to talk to people from Canada and Australia and people who were touring, musicians who were touring at the time or were stuck in places at the time and couldn't get back, and it was just a fantastic experience. And then, thankfully, the time came when we were allowed back into the studio. Now, the reason why it was so easy for us and a complete no-brainer for us to do a show about arts is because Emer and I are very lucky that we can go out and about a lot, which we do, and we go very regularly to live gigs. We go to classical music, we go to theatre, we go to film, and we go to writers launching their new books, the whole spectrum of the arts, and we love it, and we know we are very, very privileged to be able to travel. And we would travel locally. We would travel to Dublin, we go up to Belfast, and we would go to Scotland, where I'm originally from, although you wouldn't know it. And if we're going anywhere away, last year I had a big birthday, and we went to Prague, and we travelled through Germany, and we just went to music, and we went to jazz clubs in Prague. We found an Irish pub in Leipzig, where there happened to be a monthly, get this, a monthly trad session going on, and we just happened to land there on that day. So this is how we love doing the show. And putting the show together, we do 2 shows a month. It does take a lot of work. And And I would put together a playlist. So we play mostly folk music and trad music, and I'd be following who is gigging around the country and who also is bringing out new music and so on. And we also put together a what's on, so that listeners can hear about all the gigs that are coming up and all the events that are coming up from Belfast to Dublin and all places in between. And we do that. We also have regular people on with us who do book reviews, and so we can chat. So we try and cover every aspect of the arts, and hopefully the programme will be of interest to a variety of people. We get great feedback. I remember last year, it could be the year before. The time is a moving thing when you're my age now. So I think possibly last year, and we were interviewing local musician Carole Wardlaw and Breffney Houlihan from Drogheda, and they're friends of ours. And they came into the studio, and it was fantastic to have them because they're super musicians. And my mum and my sister were listening in Scotland, and I got a phone call shortly after the programme had finished. And my mum came on and she said, "I think you were having a wee bit too much fun there," because there was a lot of laughter going on in the studio. And, you know, I mean, that's really it. Now, Emer and I drive up from, I live in Clogherhead, and we drive up from Clogherhead to go into the radio station. And it is a welcoming and supportive place. We just love walking in there, and especially when Alan's around, because we just have the crack. It's such good fun. And we love walking into the station, and it has just been a great experience meeting people from around the station and having the chats, and even coming here. And actually, I mean, I have to say now, I'm partially sighted, and various people have been up here saying about their visual impairments, and it's very unusual for me to be in a room with so many people with visual impairments all at the one time. And and in doing our show, because of my eyesight, I would be the one. I'm a natural organizer. I could organize anything, not a problem. So I would be the one that puts the playlist together and organises the guests. I do the interviews with the guests. And Emer does the sound desk and all the technical side of things, which I wouldn't have a Scooby about doing. And she does a great job on that. So we both play to our strengths. Emer would not be an organiser whatsoever. So the show wouldn't happen. You're lucky we got here on time today at all, because I don't drive either, obviously. So so there's so timing is not a strong point, but that's great because we both have different strengths, and we play to our own strengths in putting the show together, and it works. And you know, and we're still talking at the end of each show. So it's just an absolute privilege. Through it, we have met so many people. We have been introduced. I mean, I have no problem going up as we do. We go to a lot of gigs and things, so I have no problem whatsoever going up to people and asking them would they like to come and do an interview on Dundalk FM. And nobody has said no in the nearly 5 years that we've been doing the show now, and it's just been a super experience. We have met so many artists and musicians and writers and actors, and it's just been a total adventure and a great buzz, and I highly recommend it to anybody at all. It has just been a fantastic time, and thanks to Alan and Marissa especially for all their support over the last few years. Thank you.